Hi, Todd Pouliot, Gateway Financial. Again, visit us on the World Wide Web at mygatewaymoney.com. And we appreciate all our subscribers. And today's video, we're trying to bring to you without having all the details and knowledge. And today's video is specifically about Secure Act 2.0, which was passed very late in 2022. This is not going to have the overwhelming ramification of what we're now deeming Secure Act 1.0, but there are significant changes that we wanted to bring to you in this video, but we also wanted to caution that there are some very difficult structural draft issues in Secure Act 2.0 that still need to be resolved before we can say, definitely do this or definitely don't do this, or how is this going to happen? So we wanted to bring you this video very, very fast, talk about some major changes. Obviously, a lot of people are aware of what's going on with RMDs. I just wrote an article today about some of the major changes with 529 plans and being able to transfer those into Roth IRAs. As some of you know, I'm very involved with NAPFA, and I'd like to get out there and do the Congressional Advocacy Day. And these are some of the issues that we talk about. We're 529. So I'm glad to see Congress is listening to us on some of the things that we'd like to talk about. And then obviously they turn a blind eye to some of the things that we feel very passionate about as well. So there's also a new emergency savings account and a retroactive establishment of SOLA 401k plans. So as I always do for you here, I share my screen just to show you what I'm talking about. And here's our checklist. Here are the things that we may or may not need to discuss in the Secure Act 2.0. So planning issues. And here is the first one where most people are getting stuck. And again, there are some draft issues with the law that they do need to clear up. But the clear answers to me that you need to consider is, were you born in 51 or later? If so, the following years, those will be between 51 and 59. Your RMD or required minimum distribution will begin when you turn 73. So we've upped that. 60 or later, your RMD's 75. So everybody remembers the old 72 and a half rule. We're making it a little bit easier. And now Secure Act 2.0 goes up to age 75. And also with that, the one action you want to take now that you have the knowledge is the action you want to take is do the tax planning. Some of our clients who are retired and we're working through all these processes is this idea of a 401k exit strategy or how to reduce taxes long term. This is not about reducing taxes in 1 year. This is about reducing taxes over your lifetime. So tax planning strategies, Roth conversions, harvest capital gains, accelerating taxable distributions before the RMDs start, and it helps lower some of your tax liability, and possibly not yours personally, but mostly also to your heirs. Because in retirement, we hope that sometimes we go down in tax brackets, but your children or your heirs may be in their strong earning years and may be in higher tax brackets. So those are really strong issues that we want to talk about with that immediate knowledge that we have. Now we want to go take action with that knowledge. Do you want to delay RMDs or reduce the chance of outliving money? We have a QLAC. Be careful, there is a $200,000 limit on that qualified longevity annuity contract. That is some planning that can be done there. And here's one that they're also having some structural issues on: the employer match on your retirement plan. You can elect the newly allowed employer matches to Roth accounts, which would mean they would be taxable as income, but it may be a better option for you. So this is tax planning. Really make sure that your financial planner has access to a CPA or an enrolled agent to have these conversations with you. Now, here's the little detail. What if your plan does not allow Roth contributions? I would suggest that you go to your employer, you go to HR, and use your financial planner to help you discuss these options and why it's so important. I think this part here is one of the major things that can make a very long-term impact for you if you think taxes may go up in the future. So look at this planning here, and I think this is the golden nugget in the Secure Act 2.0 that most people are going to miss. SEP and simple IRAs, again, Roth contributions, make sure you consider those. Public safety worker rules, terminally ill, and you need to access retirement funds early. This is interesting. How does this correlate with HIPAA regulations? So you may be eligible to access these funds penalty free if your doctor expects you to pass away in the next 7 years. So this is a good planning tool for those people who may need that. And again, we've always had hardship withdrawals, but this is a terminally ill thing. And again, I don't know how they're going to handle that with HIPAA law. Hardship withdrawals from retirement plan, and is the timing urgent? Be mindful, document your evidence in the event that you're audited. Make sure you have a CPA that actually signs your return. So if you are audited, they have to show up with you. And here's a great one, since my wife and I enjoyed working with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Look at whether making qualified charitable contributions, those are QCDs, and charitable remainder trust. They look and see if they really make sense now. But be mindful, there's a lot of cost associated with that and some limitations. But that play right here to lower your taxes until you reach that age 75. And then, do you have extra funds in a 529? Boy, I was so excited to see this part. You can transfer into a beneficiary's Roth IRA if they have earned income. But again, it's $6,500 and a $35,000 limit for the lifetime per beneficiary. So I know a lot of friends of mine are planning for their children to go to college. What happens if they get scholarships? What happens if they decide not to go to? What happens if I've overfunded my 529? These are good questions and good issues to have, good problems to have. But now there is a way to pivot. So be careful, or excuse me, be mindful now that you're educated how to best utilize that 529 contribution if you do have excess in your 529. Here's also the secondary to that prior Roth conversation, the catch-up contributions. If you're an employer retirement plan and you earn over $145,000, the impact now only being able to make catch-up contributions to a Roth account. Remember, Secure Act 2.0 is going to cost the government money by pushing out RMDs to age 75. How do they pay for it? The Roth. They are absolutely drunk on Roth accounts. They want that money now because they're not going to get it to 75. Younger spouse, anticipate any that predeceases you. Be cognizant of those and those RMD rules. And also Roth retirement plan. Again, not just the 401k, there's other plans out there, the 403b, and how the elimination of RMDs from these accounts. So I want to contribute to a Roth 401k, a Roth 403b, or a Roth thrift savings plan if you're a federal employee. That can eliminate a lot of the stress of RMDs as you get older. Plus, when you get older, you don't have to pay taxes on that. The one thing I have not talked about is IRMA, the income monthly adjustment for Medicare planning, and those premiums get increased at certain levels. And again, it's not just a step like we have in our income tax brackets. It is a cliff and can really create a torpedo on your plan. Non-hardship emergency plans, victim of domestic abuse. Again, this is my question. They really have not well defined that. We have definite issues with people with domestic abuse, and they don't want to come forward sometimes. How do you prove or have evidence? So it's a self-certification. Be cognizant of how that might be written out or how that might come into fruition as we move forward. And this is the new emergency savings account. Again, something new. I don't know that I have my head wrapped around it fully yet, but we can get some distributions out, much like cash, out of this account. But again, the HCE or highly compensated employee cannot be party to this. So we want to make sure that they have access to those funds. And student loans, this is a big one for the generation that is just carrying massive amounts of student loan debt. Take advantage of the newly allowed employer match on student loan payments. Again, each plan is different. Make sure you understand your student loan and the repayment options that are currently out there for you. Business owner, planning on starting a new or existing retirement plan, great new laws. Establishing those retirement plans for sole proprietors or solo Ks. And this is instead of a SEP IRA. I know this part of the rule fairly clearly because I used to have a SEP IRA, and now we no longer do, because those 401ks have much better options today, and it can be a very good benefit to have a solo 401k. So get those tax deductions, work well with the financial planner on those. And don't forget about these catch-up contributions. Make increased catch-up contributions to your 401k in the amount of $10,000 or 150% of the catch-up limit from the prior year. That is a colossal amount that we can see going in. And also those catch-up contributions are available for simple plans now. They have been, but 5,000 or that 150%. So it's like a double catch-up contribution. What's one of the things that we always talk about here is financial planning without judgment. Yes, we all have life. You know, you're in your 20s, you're really not smart about money. You're in your 30s, you're trying to get your feet on the ground, may have bought a house, may have had some kids. You're in your 40s, life is very hectic. You're in your 50s, you're like, wait a minute, we have got to figure this out. And that's why I think those catch-up contributions are very impactful for people that are age 50 and over. And then now that they've added the 60, 61, 62, or 63, that's a really good plan that they did put into place. And this is for, and again, that's effective in 2025. I want everyone to make sure that they understand that. That's not for 2023, that's for 2025. And 2026, do you plan to purchase a long-term care policy? There's a penalty-free distribution that's available for you that might be applicable. Some states are starting to mandate long-term care policies. Be careful of where this is going in the future. The cost of long-term care or elder care is excessive if you have not planned for it. And also the disability before the age of 46, they've expanded for the ABLE account. So make sure you understand that as well. There is so much in this Secure Act 2.0. There's a lot of very, very good things in the Secure Act 2.0. 2.1, tremendous change in the way we do financial planning. If you have your advisor not talking to you about Secure Act 1.0, you need to find a new one, because that radically changed the way we do things. Secure Act 2.0 kind of just had some adjustments on it, and it will affect people differently depending on what stage of life you are in. But it will not change anything in taxes. Taxes are still extremely important. Again, thank you so much for being here. Thanks to all our subscribers. We'll keep bringing you these wonderful videos. Hit that thumbs up button. It lets us know you're out there and you would like what we're doing. And feel free to contact us again at www.mygatewaymoney.com. Contact us. Let us know what you'd like us to talk about, and we'll get right out to you. Thank you all, and have a great day.